Walser and Markel Lowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready. It's finally time. It's Thursday night. It's game one. Let's go Tigers.
And it just all of a sudden got really loud in here. I think Princeton wants its football. All right, we had 2 offsetting penalties. That's what the official was saying. They were trying to speak over the music. They had offsetting penalties there with the engagement here before the warm-up period, and so those will offset as the kicker has the ball teed up, ready to go. Tigers are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 season is officially underway. It's a Squibber fielded at the 25-yard line, hustling cross field with the lead block. And out with great field position, the 42-yard line for the Tigers is Kamarion. I thought that was Kamarion. He's an up-and-coming kid. He's
Freshman.
KB ranks and a true freshman, and he has speed.
Yes, he does. So if you heard about Kamarion, he actually attended a national track and field event over the summer in Philadelphia. So we know, hey, we get this guy developing on the football field, he's going to be dangerous in the next 3 years.
Dare we say the second coming of Dom Collins?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possible.
Dom may be watching tonight in Morgantown. If you are, I wish you could be here with us, friend. Here comes 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Markel Lowe in the backfield. 4 receivers set. Chance Barker taking his time, getting his play call here from the near side. Tigers spread the field out. Snap. Little high, screen pass to Walser, makes the catch at the 39. Walser sprints forward, spins out of a tackle, has a first down along the far sideline. A pitch and catch and a run goes for 10 yards, and the Tiger first down. There is a flag back on the 40-yard line.
We're going to start off with a little RPO action. So we went with the bubble screen chance like the mismatch that we saw right there on the end, and we got some good yards right there. But I think there's a flag thrown around the 40-yard line. I'd say probably maybe going to be like, I don't know, some type of illegal block downfield. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be on one of our receivers. All right, never mind. I'll take it.
All right. It's going to be official face mask call. Jameer Smith, the junior. And so Walser was just shy of that first down. Marker got a solid 9.5 yards. And then we'll get 15 more on the face mask call. And that was on the block here on the near side.
Yeah, definitely. So with this Princeton team, again, like I anticipate, yeah, they're going to go up the middle. They're going to work the screen game a lot. They're going to try to get some good quick throws, get a chance, some confidence, and then I think we're going to see a couple deep shots again.
Damian Thomas is out tonight due to injury. And we got Paul Cole who's starting there at left guard for the Tigers. 1st and 10 now from the 34. Calm and collected here. Plenty of time to get the snap off. Went through the hands. Barker chases it back and wisely falls on it back at the 46-yard line. He knew better. That's a smart play. Instead of trying to pick it up and make something happen, that ball slippery just slid and fell on it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to take a chance on, like, trying to be a hero and then end up, like, losing the ball again and Capital end up pouncing on it. But, yeah, you've got to take care of the little things. I know first game, it was a long delay, so you get a little antsy, but you got to take care of little things, and that begins with the snap.
First penalty of the game for Princeton. You expect the first game of the year, probably see a lot of penalties in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually typical for any high school team. You're going to see a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties.
Barker once again will look to the near side to get the play call. We got the coaching staff here just above us. Always good to hear an eruption of cheers after a Tiger play. Boy, that worked out as Markel Lowe with a bad snap picked it up off the turf. He sprints ahead inside the 40-yard line, so he'll gain some positive yardage there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 situation.
I know that was definitely not by design, but I'll be okay if they implement that in the future. But yeah, like I say, you're probably going to have to get the ball, get like new game balls in and out a lot tonight. Try to keep this ball as dry as possible.
That's the beauty. I remember back when Hunnicutt before turf,
Yeah.
This field would have been a mess by game time, so you got to like the fact that you don't have any mud really to contend with or any gashes in the playing surface. This is 3rd down and 13 for the Tigers. 10:01 remaining here in the opening quarter. High snap, Barker winds it up. He has Mosser, puts the air under it. Mosser's there. It's a Tiger touchdown. Barker to Mosser for the first time this season. Boom, baby!
Oh my God, Jason Ray, I have missed saying that. What a play to start off the season. Long ball. I told you we were going to see a deep ball tonight. Brad Mosser wide open, split that cover 2. Baby, we're in the end zone. Woo!
We got to give Mosser the term freak because he is a freak of nature, and he just put 6 on the board. A 38-yard touchdown strike from Chance Barker to Brad Mosser. He had 2 touchdowns through the air last week and the win against Graham in the 2-quarter scrimmage. Chase Gum, multi-sport athlete, pulling him over from the soccer team, was on the squad last year. Here comes the extra point. Barker's hold, Gump's kick is away, and it's through the uprights. And just like that, the Tigers draw first blood. 9:52 remaining here in our first quarter. Tigers with the early 7-0 lead. You're watching Tiger TV, a presentation of JR1-Sports. Field, we said going to the break that the score was 7-0. Now it's officially 6-0 as there was a penalty on the kick. And so Gum will move back a few yards and try this one again. Directly in front of the goalpost. Extra point, and the extra point is no good. All right, so we're excited. We got our first touchdown. It belongs to Brad Mosser. Damian Johnson and David Robinson back deep to return the kick from the Tigers. And now that the rain has stopped, it's cooled off a little bit. Glad of that. It was super hot today, very humid earlier. Earlier this week, I was looking at the weather, and I think the high today was projected for 92. We were probably close to that, if not at 92.
This is not friendly for fat boys. I'm telling you that right now, man. Yeah. I'm glad it's cooled off. I mean, I hate it's late at night like it is, but man, it's so much better cool.
Chase Gum will get a workout this evening. 2-point after kicks, and now official kickoff for the Princeton Junior. Along with Johnson. It's a squibber on the ground. And Robinson will let it roll into the end zone for the touchback.
I'll tell you what, man, that was very risky because even if, Princeton pounces on the football, that's ours. That was very risky on the returner, but hey, lucky roll right there, so it goes out of the end zone, and that's going to be on the 20-yard line.
It's back in black night, and so all the fans encouraged to wear black. A lot of black in the stadium this evening. Starting to look like the Oakland Raiders, or I guess now Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
A lot of black in the stands, and of course the Tigers wearing their new black unis, which I like a lot. And what I like the most is they have really large white numbers on black, and they're easy to see.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I can actually see those a lot better than the black jerseys last year. But yeah, these are very nice uniforms that we were able to get.
Valdivia is the quarterback starting this evening for Capital. In the backfield is Robinson, the sophomore. Tigers load the box up, and they'll keep it on the ground. Bouncing to the right is Robinson, and down he goes. Got a little help there from Jordan Cooper. And so Jordan takes him down to the ground, and the Tigers give up 4 yards on the run.
Yeah, so I told you, Jason, during the week, the key for this Princeton defense this week to get the win is they're going to have to stop the run. They only saw production in the run game. They didn't have too much of a pass game going, their 2 scrimmages. So if you take away the run tonight, that's going to really help out our defense.
Wyatt Klein was the first Tiger to get there low, and then Jordan Cooper finishes him off. 2nd down and 6. Quarterback keeper, man, he is fast. Breaks a tackle, and up near midfield, down at the 49-yard line is Valdivia.
Yeah, so with the inside linebackers, you still got to play the run first and play like the dive. So they faked the handoff right there with the jet sweep, and Valdavia was able to take it right up the middle. So you really got to be a lot more disciplined and just focus on that area first before you decide to take off.
You said jet sweep. I'll tell you, Jet is right.
Yeah.
You talked about his speed, and it's next level.
Yeah, he's an incredible athlete.
Trips left here for Capital. 1st and 10. It's on 49. Robinson gets the handoff, swallowed up in the backfield. Tigers take them down. It's Wyatt Klein and Daniel Jennings, Batman and Robin, and Gotham City in the backfield.
Yeah, there was Wyatt Klein right there. So, hey, listen, man, like, we had different numbers last week, and that got me all confused right there. I thought that was a different one, but, man, Wyatt Klein just got right in there. He was right there taking the handoff, and that was a good tackle right there.
Goes for a 4-yard loss on the play. So now 2nd down and 14 here for Capital. It's going to be hard to run the ball. I tell you, I like the quarterback keeper for Capital.
I mean, when you got an athlete like Valdavia, you might as well go ahead and use him.
Tigers once again ready in the box. 2nd and 14. Valdavia, screen pass, far side, call, moving ahead with the 1st down, dragged down by Wyatt Klein, who's been very active here. Markel Lowe also in on the stop. Ball carrier was Teray Rush. He is a freshman.
Yeah, we had an outside linebacker that just was right there. He was able to stop the screen, but, you know, you've got to be able to get a shoulder pad on him and be able to wrap up, and we just didn't do that right there. He was able to escape and get a 1st down.
See the big guys there, the interior part of the line, Monty Singleton, Holt Shockley. Then you got the best ends in the state in Danny Jennings and the beast, Caleb Kaiser.
Yeah, the best pass rush in the state of West Virginia coming tonight.
1st down and 10 here. Robinson bounces outside, escapes a tackle, cuts back, flag flies. Has a 1st down, still on his feet. The Tigers finally wrangle him down at the 16. I got a feeling this one is coming back, though. The flag lies there at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on the left tackle. We had Caleb looked like he just got dragged right into the middle, which helped the running back bounce off tackle very easily. But you know, you can't do that if you're on the offensive line. So yeah, this is definitely coming back.
Yep, you called it. It's going to be a hold there on number 56. That's Kevin Van Meter, the senior, the guilty party. And so this will cost Capital big yardage. Tigers need the defensive stop here. Replay the 1st down. It's a stretch play. No, it's quarterback keeper, and he goes nowhere. Valdavia tried to go up the middle. He's met there by Big Monty Singleton. And here comes Markel Lowe and Danny Jennings to assist. 3 black jerseys quickly swallow up the ball carrier.
Yeah, they just, again, fake the jet sweep. They're going to try to keep the ball Valdavia up the middle. And, yeah, Daniel Jennings really just came from that backside end position, was just right there on Valdavia, along with Big Monty Singleton on the stop as well. So excellent defense.
Big Landon Moore has checked in on the defensive side of the line. He's just a sophomore for the Tigers.
And I think that might be Riley Bell as well at defensive tackle as well.
Yeah, Riley's really worked his tail end off in the offseason. A lot of these guys have.
600-pound squat or this offseason.
Jeez.
Yeah.
6:05 to play in our opening quarter. 6-0 Tigers. Princeton scoring on its opening drive. A throw over the top for the touchdown. 38-yard touchdown pass from Barker to Brad Wasser. 2nd and forever here. The official will blow the play dead, and looks like Capital will take the timeout. We'll step away as well. Clock stop with 5:41 to play opening quarter. It's Princeton 6, Capital nothing. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Here, an opener at Hunnicutt. First quarter. Step.
Morning, man.
Coffee guy?
No, not really. I'm going to have to be now. I'm just going to have to down a bunch of Coca-Cola. I'm going to be a bad health teacher in the morning.
You're going to lead by example and show what not to do, right?
Exactly right. You got to do anything you can to survive.
I hear you. Capital back on the field. Valdavia stays in at quarterback. Robinson in the backfield. Play action. The tug of the jersey still on his feet. The Tigers have him, and down he goes. How about that? Brady Klein leads the way. The Klein boys teaming up for the tackle. Caleb Kaiser, the beast, also there for Princeton.
I love their defensive line. They played a twist game up front. They sent Daniel up the middle, and that just confused their offensive line, brought a lot of pressure, and Valdavia had nowhere to go. And that was just excellent coverage also by our secondary to allow that sack to happen. It's a great team defense by the Princeton Tigers.
Tell you what, you got to give a shout out to the Klein boys.
Yeah.
They have really put in the time in the offseason, and it's evident here in the first quarter of the season opener.
Yeah, I'm very happy for these Klein boys.
Third down and long. Third in the parking lot. There's a screen pass. It's dropped. Tigers pick it up. Plays dead. He's in the target there along the far sideline. Was Teray Rush. And so that brings up fourth, and the punt unit will enter the field of play here for the Capital Cougars.
And I loved how Garrett Mays was right there to sniff that out very quickly. Even if that was called, like he was going to make that tackle there. So excellent defense, brings up fourth down, brings our offense back on the field.
Garrett Mays, often underrated by his opponents. He'll change your mind by the end of the game, though.
Yeah, I don't know why Garrett Mays has not gotten as much love as he did, but this guy is probably one of the best secondary guys in the state.
Valdavia gets the punt away, nearly blocked there. Tigers were closing in on it. Takes a hop there. Balser's going to pick it up at the 14-yard line. Capital thought it was dead. Here comes Balser. Crossing the field of play. A huge block in front of him. Balser goes down the sideline to Capital territory. He's still on his feet. Brad Balser making it happen to the 35. You better believe it. Somebody just got mossed.
You think he was ready for this football game tonight, man?
Oh.
Yeah, I thought we were going to let the ball just roll and just get the ball, but Brad said, no, I want to take a shot right here. Man, what a play that Brad Mosser just made. Wow.
It's a 53-yard return for Brad Mosser. I'm telling you, that kid eats metal for breakfast. I mean, he is tough as nails.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can get a cleaner snap with the quarterback in the center, and let's just focus on running our offense.
Twins to each side of the football. Barker will bring Jennings into motion and tight. Markel Lowe in the backfield. Here comes Klein in motion from left to right. Hand off to Markel Lowe, drops his shoulder, down he goes. Stopped dead in his tracks there at the 33-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten half a yard there. What Capital did a great job closing the gap quickly.
Yeah, they did. I mean, we went to try to go behind Jimmy Bowling and Landon Moore on the right side, which they had an excellent double team, drove their guy out of there, but one or two guys just decided to leak through for Capital. So with this rock and run blocking, one offensive lineman doesn't get their block, that's going to really hurt the entire play.
Second down and 9, we'll give Markel Lowe a yard on the play. Mix it up a little bit here with pass and run. Keep it on the ground with Markel Lowe. Collects it back. Markel, different speed. Runs an offender over. Still on his feet. Moving to the end zone. Tiger touchdown. Boom, baby! There is a flag on the field at the 25-yard line. If the touchdown stands, it's a 33-yard touchdown run for Markel Lowe.
I think this one, unfortunately, is going to be called back. I know Jimmy Bolin did not agree with what was going on, so yeah, I think, it's coming back, unfortunately. But man, that was a highlight reel run right there by Markel Lowe.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy Bolin really agreed with that one.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what happened on that one, but, you know, key with this offensive lineman, you know, you got to get those hands inside, you got to keep those feet moving. If they try to go around, you just reach for it, they're always going to call a hold every time. I don't know if that's what happened, but that's just something that you're going to be able to see on film and learn from.
Great teams, great players. Do it again. Tigers now at the 35-yard line. Second down and 11 following the penalty. Start at almost 10 o'clock. Let's let a few of these penalties slide tonight. What do you think?
I mean, somebody's got to go to work in the morning. Neutral zone infraction on Garrett.
Yep. All right, so penalties go the other way. Tigers had the 6 points. Was wiped off the board. Back-to-back penalties cost Princeton.
That's kind of what we saw last year at the beginning of the year, just little penalties like that.
Second down at 17 for Princeton. Inside slot position, Brad Malser. Number 1. Snap is back, screen pass to Malser. It was high. And so Malser can't wrangle it in as the defender was closing in. That is a receiver's worst nightmare when you're trying to go up over your head to get a ball and the defense is closing in. Ja'Cory Clark was a defender who spread it over.
Yeah, I mean, I like the concept right there. Go with that bubble screen the way Capital was lined up right there on that false side. You know, you just got to make sure you just got to get the ball in there and be able to take it. But I think that outside linebacker, that was a good read by him to also go try to make that tackle.
Second 17 turns into third down and 17. Malser now lines up near side of the field. Barker winds, throws, it's caught at the 35. Malser tries to find the seam, breaking tackles and ankles, and he'll move forward with the first down at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, just going very simple, just easy hitches right there. Brad got a lot of space right there, right on the money by chance, and just let Brad do his thing. So that's what I love about the spread offense. You just put the ball in your hands, your playmakers, just very easy plays. You don't have to do a whole lot. Just give them some space and let them do their magic.
Trying a 21-yard play for Princeton. Malser has showed up tonight. Ron Collins moving on to college at WVU and you know, moving somebody in. You know, Collins called, what, 60% of the balls that Barker threw last year. And so, you know, you're happy that Malser kind of moves into that position.
Yeah, absolutely.
He and James are to the near side. Angell with a cutback, breaks a tackle, escapes another one. Here comes Lowe stretching it out to the far side. Lowe runs over the defender, and he has a Princeton Tiger first down.
How he got out there, I have no idea. There's a linebacker came through on the B gap on that left side, but man, what an excellent play by Angell Lowe just to break off that tackle and just make something out of nothing right there, and that brings up first down.
Yeah, Angell has certainly spent his time in the weight room, on the football field in the summertime, training just countless hours in the hot sun. And, well, once again, you can see the result. Princeton needs the 1-yard line for a first down. So they can get a first down without a touchdown here. Here's a toss play, an option. Angell weaves his way in. This one's coming back. Flags fly from the far sideline official.
Yeah, probably going to be a hold on the receivers. Yeah, anytime a flag is thrown like that in the middle of the play, it's always going to be a holding penalty.
Up at Lincoln County, this was kind of the same scenario where we saw a lot of flags on the field. 10-yard penalty on the hold. It'll stay first down.
Yeah, again, like what I said earlier, you know, first game of the season, when you got 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids out there, there's always, with the first game, that anxiety, there's always going to be mistakes like that happen. So that's just something that you're definitely going to get corrected on film heading into week 2. But, you know, we just got to try to limit those as best as possible so we can get more points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, for sure. 2:39 remaining opening quarter. 6-0 is your score. Glad to have you along here on Tiger TV. Get out of the other. We were afraid we were going to time out during the middle of the game. So with the software, Barker, look at this little option. Here comes Angell with the cutback, and he races into the end zone. And here comes another flag from the near sideline official standing at the goal line, and the Bluebirds are out here tonight in Princeton.
Only thing I can see is maybe a takedown right there on the 5-yard line. with whoever that was up in the middle. But, I mean, I thought the blocks were clean by our two receivers out on the edge, but I guess one referee did not agree with what we were seeing. I don't know.
Brad Malter was having a conversation. You see his reaction there with the official asking. So they're going to call this on Princeton's Zayden Neely. Neely, the 6'6" junior, gets a start this season. And left tackle.
That was nowhere near where I was looking at. Nowhere near. I was way off. I'm telling you, man, this is past my bedtime.
Woo. Well, the question is, so if he saw a holding here, why is the guy down standing on the 3-yard line the one that throws a flag?
Listen, brother.
The action happened back here at the, 25-yard line?
Brother, I could tell you some stories when I was coaching of officials I thought were like well out of position, throwing penalties, but that's why I'm not a referee. I don't even want to be. No way.
Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. It's still first down, but now it's first down and 30. Which, you know, with the spread offense, it's not out of the question to rear back and get in there.
I mean, with the way we've been executing, like, we can definitely still put it in from this far out.
Here's a snap. Barker tosses it to Danny Jennings, taken out at the knees. And Jennings will fall forward for positive yardage, taken out there by Damian Johnson.
I know Chris Belcher really loves that speed option play. That's like the 3rd or 4th time we've now seen on the drive. 2 of them should have been touchdowns, but they ended up getting called back.
I understand Belcher played at Glenville State. Learned from a pretty bright mind, the master of the spread in Rich Rodriguez.
Hey, that's a good one to learn on, my man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you see the fruit of his labor and his knowledge here on the Princeton offense. We sing his praises because he gets creative. Barker winds it up, has a man. Oh, it's dropped. Man, oh man. So close to having a play there. That was Caleb Kaiser downfield.
Yeah, Caleb was wide open. They just go on that drag route. I mean, yeah, right in his hands, just didn't secure it. That just shows you like how wet that football is, or how wet that turf is as well. But
well, you're talking about an impressive young man. Kaiser has beyond a 4.0 grade point average, so not only working hard in the weight room, but in the classroom.
Yeah, excellent young man. He told me that I'm going to have him in health class this year. I was kind of surprised because where he's a junior, because I pretty much have all freshmen.
Barker on the run. Looks. Fires. It's Mays. It is incomplete. Boy, we thought he had it there in the back corner of the end zone, and he couldn't hang on. Barker throwing off with his back foot made an incredible throw there. Mays laying out for it, but he couldn't haul it in.
Man, that would have been something if he would have got that in. Right decision there, and Chance had it in the right spot. I don't know if like it was deflected or just went out of Garrett's hands. But man, we got 4th down. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, I anticipate we're going to go for it in this situation right here. Even if you don't convert it right here, that's still going to have capital to try to drive the ball 75 yards to try to score. So I love the call to go for it.
4th down at 25. Tigers trying to muster up a play. See those safeties wanting to cheat back toward the end zone. Little screen going ahead toward the end zone. Stopped at the 1 right there at the first down marker. Garrett Mays with the catch and sprint. And he has Princeton set up here.
That one is close.
On the 1-yard line. Listen, if he doesn't get, obviously you want the first down. If he doesn't get it, really pins Capital in a tough spot.
I'm trying to see if they're going to try to measure this or looks like it. But hey, that's the Dom Collins special that we saw a lot last year. They just go with that little inside screen, get the lineman out there to block downfield, and just let your athlete do his thing. And that was a good call right there by Coach Belcher. Let's see if he picked up the first down. And he did not.
Nope, he was close. Nice play call there on 4th and long. You needed 25 and you got 24.
Hey, and I said, like, you know, if you don't convert it, they can drive 75 yards to score. Now they got to drive 99.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if you don't convert it, try to get points, which you always want, you know, that's still a good field position for your defense to work.
With a wet ball on a wet field, you never know what's going to happen when you're backed up to your own end zone either.
Yeah, so I anticipate, you know, they're going to, we're going to bring pressure, which if you watch during any of our scrimmages, I think that's going to be the identity of this defense is we're going to bring pressure either from the outside with Markel, or we're probably going to send a lot of Jordan Cooper up the middle too. So be ready for some type of blitz coming.
Crowd is on its feet. The noisemakers are out. They are cheering on this Princeton defensive unit. Tigers now will crowd the line. And we have the play blown dead. I see no flag on the field.
Timeout for Princeton.
And Princeton looks like they were trying to get a substitution in there. And so the Tigers will take a timeout. All right, Tigers take the timeout. Maybe calling up a little pressure here to try to get in the end zone on first down and 10.
Yeah, bring the heat.
Valdavia, the quarterback, makes the pass. It's caught. Tigers, Wyatt Klein tracks him down from behind. And so this will go. We'll spot the ball right there at the 30-yard line. So it goes for 29 yards.
What a play call by Capital. I knew they assumed that, you know, we're probably going to bring something. Go with a little play action. They sneak the tight end out into the middle of the field, wide open. And, I mean, that was a good ball right there. Good play call by Capital.
Yeah, you get the sense that Princeton's going to bring pressure and bring the heat there. You got it out quickly. You got a man to the middle of the field. You got a first down.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play call.
Nice pickup. 50 seconds remaining in our opening quarter. Hope to be in bed by 2 a.m.
No kidding.
Davia, they run him off the edge. Wyatt Klein meets him there. Jennings is there. Brad Balser as well. A number of black jerseys surround them. And that's where they use that two-quarterback system. As they put Grigsby into the game, they ran a little jet sweep there with Valdavia. And Princeton snipped it out. Got in the backfield, got to him.
Yeah, it's like right there, our defensive end, our outside linebacker just played very good outside contain, and that did not allow Valdavia to get outside.
Valdavia, 1-yard pickup, so 2nd and 9 for the Cougars. And the clock strikes 0. That does it for our first quarter. On to the second we go. Tigers hanging on to a 6-0 lead. We'll be right back. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Welcome back to Hunnicutt Stadium. We have a lot less fans than we had at 7 o'clock this evening, but those who stuck around are being loud. The band stuck around too. Tigers out here with an early 6-0 lead. Want to ask you, Tiger Nation, to keep a special person in your prayers. Leah Long, who was recently injured in an accident. And Leah, you see her on the sidelines all the time with her camera, taking pictures, not just here at Princeton, but throughout a lot of schools here in the county. And everybody loves her, a super sweet person. And I understand that she's making good progress. And just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Leah Long, a good friend of ours who, you know, wishing her a speedy recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Leah has made a huge impact, not only here at Princeton, but, you know, the entire Mercer County community. So, hey, my favorite stat mom, if you're listening, hey, I love you. I'm praying for you. God's got you.
Absolutely. Said it best. 2nd and 9 here for the Cougars. And again, this is Grigsby. He'll fire ahead. It went through the hands of Valdavia, nearly caught there by another Cougar along the far sideline. So it's kind of that trickery there where you keep the defense on their toes because you got the guy who likes to throw more, which Valdavia is capable of throwing the football, but Grigsby comes in, you kind of open him up. He's such an athlete, so fast, and maneuvers his body really well. Now they try to get him downfield to get something open, get him in space.
Yeah, like, you know, with your best player, you're going to try to get them all over the field as best as possible. You know, with Capital, they want to put them at quarterback and receiver. So a bunch of different ways that they're going to try to give Valdavia the ball.
Jameer Smith lines up to the near side. He'll be defended by Mays. 3rd down and 9. Huge play here. Grigsby drops back and throws a wide open man out of bounds for the Cougar first down out at the 45-yard line, driven out of bounds by Balser and Klein.
Yeah, well, I could tell we had one linebacker that was just out of position, just not in the right spot, and that was just a good ball right there for Capital to pick up the first down.
Capital getting creative here with the play call and kind of giving Princeton a taste of its own medicine. Spreading it out. Defense is yet to come up with a turnover here tonight. Had 4 interceptions in 2 quarters against Graham on Friday. Here's a handoff. We'll stretch it out near side and take down flag flies. Garrett Mays with a nice open field tackle at the 50-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but we feel like this one's coming back.
Yeah, they tried to do a little trickery, which, you know, trying to get like some jet sweep action, but also have the counter play. So if you've ever like seen a football game, you see linemen that are pulling. So we had the guard and tackle for Capital pull on that one. That's going to tell you. That's going to tell linebackers those pulling linemen are going to take you to the ball every play. So that's something that our inside linebackers also got to be really aware of.
Khalid is the player who was whistled for the hold there, and so this will come back and bring up a first down and 20 situation for Capital. Both teams this evening really marred with penalties.
That's what happens when you get cooped up in the locker room so long, man.
Yeah. Boy, when they came back out, both teams were ready to go. Grigsby stays in at quarterback. The lob to Robinson here near side. Robinson gets a block ahead, cuts back. Jordan Cooper hustles down. Robinson still on his feet. Malser can't get him. He's racing toward the end zone. Malser from behind, trying to get there, drags him down just inside the 5-yard line. Boy, you talk about elusiveness. David Robinson, he's just a sophomore, has the speed, moving every which way.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we try to bring Markel off the edge. But, you know, with the aggressive nature with this defense, like, you are going to have some guys out of position. And, you know, Capital is just right place, right time, get the ball in Robinson's hands, which Robinson was another player that I saw on film that I thought, you know, was very impressive, very elusive, and you just saw right there, was able to make a big gain and get a first down and first and goal for the Cougars.
And so we don't have height and weight on our roster from Capital, but if I had to think, Robinson's got a little muscle to him.
I don't think there's any doubt about that one.
Grigsby stays in the game. Will give it to Valdavia, races the end zone, catches the front corner, and it is officially a Capital touchdown. Valdavia sprints into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, right now we're just doing like a lot of reaching with the tackling. You know, you got to run your feet and get a shoulder pad on the ball carrier. If you try to reach against these speedsters against Capital, that's never going to work out. You saw right there, it turns into a touchdown.
What a nice drive. This was just the official 99-yard drive.
Whew.
I switched ends there at the end of the quarter, but yeah, this was the same drive.
99-yard touchdown drive.
Braylon Merritt into the game. Bad snap. Valdavia, down he goes. Wyatt Klein tracks him down in the backfield. And so Capital will not get the lead. It stays at 6-6 as Valdavia is slow to get up. We'll step away, be back with more second quarter action, 10:24 remaining in the second. And we're tied at 6-all. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Capital gets on the board following a 99-yard drive. It's impressive to be able to 9-yard drive. And so Princeton complete problems. And so we come back on. And I think here, a guy like John Carpenter has won a lot of games in Capital. 91 wins in 11 seasons. But I think here, you've really got to be careful and watch the onside. You know, you're here on the road, you had to wait forever, it's an opening game, you're not really given a chance to win this game if you're Capital. And you got to watch here on some kind of trickery on special teams. Here's the kick. They'll send it toward the sideline, fielded at the 25-yard line. And Wyatt Klein will push the ball out near the 40 to the 39.5-yard line.
That's something that you're going to see a lot. They see a lot of the last couple of years in high school is either try to do an surprise onside kick like you talked about, or they're just going to try to kick the ball to somebody on the second level. That you're going to put ball in the hands of guys that are not used to filling to begin with. Try to keep it away from your speedsters. But it's still, from our 39-yard line, that's still a decent field position to work with here.
Yeah, 15-yard return by Wyatt Klein has Tigers in pretty good position here. They're at the 39-yard line. See if the offense can move the football without a penalty flag.
Please.
Markel Lowe will shift to the right side of Barker in the backfield. Blown dead, flags fly from the far side. We have a false start here on Princeton.
And we said no penalties, and look what happens on the first play. Again, that's just like something you just really, if you finally got the first quarter out, you finally got the jitters out of the way, now you really got to start to settle down and just, remember your fundamentals and just execute like I know you can.
Princeton fans right now are fuming with these calls. You see Landon Dillon into the game for the Tigers, lined up here behind Garrett Mays. This is the stacked receivers to each side with Lowe in the backfield. We have some new faces there on the offensive line with the departure of Eli Campbell, and as well as Chase Smith, former center. Both guys playing on Saturdays.
Yeah, and those two had excellent careers that now have went on to play football at the college level with Eli at Air Force, and Chase is right up the road at Concord. But I think we've got really still a good quality offensive line with Jimmy Bolin, Colton Shockley, and Landon Moore coming back. And then we've got Paul Cole, who's filling in for Damian Thomas tonight, and also Zayden Neely at left tackle.
And Damian Johnson for Capital over here on the near side, the jaw a little bit, and Coach Carpenter takes him out. And Princeton fans went crazy when he jogged across the field. Barker weaves his way behind the lead blocker, Markel Lowe. Down he goes. As a number of white jerseys rally to the football. Leading the charge for Capital was Trayvon Tyson. This Capital team has a lot of youth on it, not very many seniors.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah, I saw a bunch of freshmen that was listed on the roster. So, so that's that's typical for a Capital team. You're always going to see some young athletes, but they, you know that if you can get some experience on the varsity level as a freshman, that's always going to pay off later on down the road.
9:25 to play here before halftime. Not sure if the band will get some action here at half, or we'll just do like an abbreviated halftime.
Yeah, I would love to see our band perform, man. Best band in West Virginia.
Best band in the land. Here comes another penalty flag. Fans are really getting restless here. So, you're watching from home. Let us cue you in here. The play clocks in the end zone are not working this evening. And so the officials are on the field and shouting the time. That happened at the JV game at Richlands. And, JV game, you don't have a huge crowd, and you can hear those guys yelling 10 seconds. And so they're doing the same here. Probably a little bit harder to hear out there with the pretty good fan base still here. Empty backfield for Barker. Looks, throws low, looking for Danny Jennings. Heat came. Barker ends up on his back. Shooting the gap was Shamar Smith.
Yeah, it was, we had a guy right up in the middle, but, Chance just had a lot of pressure right in his face, was not able to get his feet set, and that was just not a good thrown ball.
Really impressed with Danny Jennings. All the hype, WVU Penn State had it narrowed down. He decides to go to Penn State. Won't hold that against him. A decision for him and his family for the future. And excited for him. And what that young man does at 6'4", 220, 225 pounds, the speed he has is incredible. Really happy for him. I'm sure he's probably going to go to Morgantown and sit on the visitor sideline there on Saturday. Pretty cool opportunity for him.
Yeah.
3rd and long. To pass to a pitch to Markel Lowe. He'll pull it forward. Markel escapes a tackle. Here he goes. Markel to midfield, taken out at the ankles by the defender. That's Teray Rush, who rushes across the field to make the tackle, but Tigers get the first down first.
I'm sure that was a very conservative play call by Coach Belcher. 3rd and 19, they're just going to try to run the ball and just try to get in good position, try to punt the ball out. But when you got Markel low in the backfield, you never say never. Well, excellent play right there by Markel being able to get out of that bunch right there and pick up the first down. So, what an athlete.
24-yard gain on the play for Markel Lowe. Markel, like Dom, everybody talks about speed, toughness, but man, elusiveness. Able to slip tackles. Here's a screen pass to Marshall. Marshall breaks to the outside, has the first down, stumbles, sidesteps a tackle, still going. And Marshall finally stood up, and down he goes at the 29-yard line. Play goes for 17 yards, and the Tiger first down.
Yeah, the Capital secondary was playing like a lot of cushion right there on that far side. And that was a good job by Coach Belcher to be able to see that, get the ball out of Brad Mosser's hands. So excellent blocking. Then you had a one-on-one matchup with Brad. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take Brad any day of the week when it comes to a one-on-one matchup. And that was a good athletic play right there by Brad Mosser. First down Tigers.
And we talk about the program, but we got to talk about individuals too, man. These guys work out together all summer. They've all balled in. And you can see the difference. I mean, we're producing a lot of Division I athletes now. Markel Lowe sprints out of the backfield. A dunk pass here. Off to Balser on the screen. Tunnel screen. Shakes the defender to the 10, to the 5. Racing, he's in the end zone. It's a Tiger touchdown from 28 yards away. Balser slow to get up. We have a flag on the play in the vicinity of holding. Couple of flags. One I see is out at the 13-yard line.
One thing we definitely know for sure is that this offense is clicking. It's just that these silly holding penalties just keep holding us back.
Balser gets somebody's tapping his helmet. I'm not sure if he's needing a breath of fresh air there, or the fact that he just said he head topped somebody.
I'm sure with a competitor like Brad Mosser, he's going to do everything he can just to stay in the game.
Wow, illegal block in the back on the Tigers, Colton Shockley. And so this will negate the Brad Malser touchdown. Malser immediately comes over to the sideline. I've got a feeling he's probably cramping up. It's tough when you have to deal with heat this time of the year, and he's playing on both sides of the football.
Yeah, I mean, still it's that time of year where cramps are very common. So hopefully they stay. Hopefully they should have been hydrated that long break, but fortunately that's what you're going to see a lot of in the first few weeks of the season.
Since we talk about Capital and you look at their schedule, and it's quite brutal. Riverside next week, play at St. Albans. Then comes the absolute brutal part of the schedule. They play home against Parkersburg. We saw Parkersburg here last year in the playoffs, and gave us everything that we wanted here. They'll play at George Washington, not easy. Home against Hurricane, home against Spring Valley. Then they go to Huntington, to Cabell Midland, and they'll end the season at home against South Charleston. Buddy, if that's not a tough schedule, I don't know what is.
That's like in the old MSAC right there. When we played in the MSAC here at Princeton, that was a gauntlet. Like you had to bring it for 4 quarters every single Friday night because you played against some very top quality teams. And I know Capital, they've definitely got beef on the schedule.
It's pretty awesome when they were down. Coach Taylor kind of emerged from the locker room before they decided to play. Went down to the end zone there, and the officials were there, and Capital coaches, and Keith Taylor stepped in there, and they walked away from the pile, and I thought, okay, we're not going to play. And Keith looks at the sideline, gives a thumbs up, and the people who were here absolutely erupted.
We were definitely ready to get this game rolling.
Tigers out of the timeout. Face a first down at 17. Keep it on the ground with a rush attack from Markel Lowe. Lowe bounces outside the hash marks, and he'll move his way to the 15-yard line, where that's a Tiger first down. Actually spotted at the 14.
Hey, big run, and most importantly, I don't see any penalty flags right there. say, hey, with our run game, we're going to be very simple. Nothing flashy, just simple inside zone. We'll probably run some ISOs every now and then. But as long as we get offensive linemen do their job like we did right there, just let Markell do his thing. He's going to have the vision, and he's going to get you the yards that you need.
There's a 20-yard gain on the play. Here comes first down and 10 from the 15. Tigers trying to get the lead here before halftime. Markell Lowe, not to be denied. He's in. It's a Tiger touchdown.
I don't see any flags. Boom, baby. And finally a boom, baby, that actually counts. Man, hey, same deal, man. Just good push by the offensive line. Give Markell Lowe the room that he needs. Let him do his magic. Touchdown.
Markell looks better than he did last year. Last year he had a pretty good season. And what an amazing run for Markell. Last year he had 1,731 rush yards last season, 22 rushing touchdowns. He had 17 catches for 308 yards and 6 passing touchdowns. And I tell you, his defense is just as good, if not a little bit better.
I'll tell you what, I'll say this right now. I think Markell Lowe is going to be a sleeper, and I think you could see him possibly be in the running for the Kennedy Award.
Yeah. Here comes Jace Gong on for Princeton. Parker's good, kicks away, and it is good. There is laundry on the field.
Surprise, surprise.
I know it's frustrating, but after you wait for 2.5 hours for... All right, so it's offsides on the defense. And so the Tigers accept or decline.
They said they're going to repeat the try, so they'll just move it up to the 1-yard line, I assume.
I thought it wouldn't matter. The kick was good. It's on the defense. You could take the ball closer to the goal line if you wanted it. Well, I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Have to search for that rule book. This is really a penalty on the defense there hurts the offense who's already made the field goal.
Rule comes from each level, so yeah. I understand the confusion.
Here comes Gong, and they'll do it the second time. And so the Tigers up 13-6, clock stop with 6:46 remaining in our first half of play. Tigers here lead by 7. You're watching Tiger TV, presentation of JR1-Sports. Jason Reed, Seth Angell, the season opener. Listen, the Princeton community has waited on this game for a long, long time. They finally get Tiger football back on the gridiron.
Yeah, I thought a lot of people was leaving. I thought we were going to call the game for a lot of people at home, but I'm very happy that the community showed out. If you're at home, I don't blame you if you didn't want to wait out in the rain, but I'm glad you're with us.
Johnson and Robinson back deep. Jace Gong got every ounce of that ball. It hits in the end zone, rolls out the back for a touchback. Gong is a kid, he's a soccer player, comes over and kicks for the football squad, part of the unit here. He's a kid that last year, he's a Pikeview transfer. And so the first part of the year, he struggled a little bit, and then all of a sudden, he comes out and starts kicking bombs. Yeah. And he's done nothing but improve ever since then.
Yeah, I was talking with Coach Possage, our special teams coordinator, during the first week of practice, and he said that, Jace being a soccer player, he was just used to letting the ball just be like line drives like you're supposed to in soccer. But Jace has really worked hard to really try to get those deep balls in. You can see right there it's paying off.
Yeah. Saw him in that kickoff competition against Graham, putting some deep ones through the uprights. Grigsby will be the quarterback. Here's a handoff. Tripped up there is David Robinson. Looks like Wyatt Klein making a shoestring tackle for the Tigers. Boy, Wyatt Klein's been all over the field defensively.
Let me tell you a story about Wyatt Klein. So last school year, McTeff over here behind us, they had like a chicken coop back there. One of the chickens got loose. Who did they call to try to get the chicken? It was Wyatt Klein. I'm not making this stuff up. They sent Wyatt Klein out to get the chicken. And look, I think that right there, that was his training. You saw it.
That's like a true life Rocky Balboa story.
He probably felt like a Kentucky Fried Idiot.
Second down and 7. Robinson spinning. Dives for that first down marker. He is close. Jordan Cooper in on the stop along with Brady Klein. It's right there at the first down marker. And move the chains. I did hear there was a flag on the play. That's what the PA announcer said. But I don't think there is a flag. I think it's past everybody's bedtime. I think we're seeing things.
I think we're all at that point.
Near side, we'll match up with Garrett Mays. A couple of receivers stacked in tight to the right side of the line here. Davia will push the ball forward. He has a first down. About a 4-yard gain on the play before he goes down.
That's what you're taught to do at defensive end. So you see a jet sweep, you're taught to attack his outside shoulder. That way it's going to force him in where there's a lot more black jerseys. And he was able to make the cutback and ran into our defenders and was able to get only just 3 yards on that.
If you're Capital, clock continues to run here on the run play. And so it's second down and 7. And so 4:40 before halftime, trailing by 7. If you're Capital, you put together this sustaining drive would be the ideal thing and go to the locker room with a tie ball game. Robinson with a full head of steam and a nice carry on second down. Goes for 8 yards and another first down.
Yeah, again, so linebackers, they just got to be able to fill the gaps at a lot faster pace than what's going on right now to try to eliminate them to get a line of scrimmage. But there's a flag on the play that I just now seen. Okay.
That's right. Got a holding on Capital. It'll cost them after the nice run there. And the rookie party is Amaje Somerville, the senior. A lot of the penalties you've had on the line tonight have been seniors.
Very uncharacteristic. You've been around this game for a long time, and now that happens.
Second down and 15 for Capital. Tigers need a turnover here. A loft downfield and overthrown. Boy, he had a streaking target of Damian Johnson, who if he takes a little off that pass, that could have been a disaster here with the Tiger D.
Yeah, that's what we saw a lot of in the scrimmages on Huddle this week. Is most of the time when Capital threw the ball, it was always going to be overthrown. So that's why, if you can just try to put pressure and stop the run, force Capital to make those throws, they're probably not going to get a lot of them.
Landon Dillon sprints on for the Tiger defense. He and Marvion Howard playing here in the secondary.
I'll tell you what, Marvion Howard, he had a heck of a preseason, didn't he?
Yeah. I was really proud of him last year, and he was a different kid in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was.
Huge third down play, 3rd and 15. Grigsby rolls, throws, it's caught. Tigers try to get him down, still on his feet. Jordan Cooper has a hold of him. They'll travel him out of bounds. Looks like he'll be shy there, that first down marker.
But there was a flag thrown back in the backfield.
And I think this is going to be against Capital.
I hope so.
This is coming back. And Caleb Kaiser's taken upon himself to help this officiating crew make that call.
Yeah, bribe him a little bit. That's not going to hurt nothing.
Hey, we got bribed before the game.
Oh, hey, yeah, that barbecue.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to the band folks, Kelly Stanley, they brought up, and also Christina Flanagan. Hey, we'll take any bribery we can, because hey, if you've met me and Jason, we definitely love our free food. But hey, listen, man, that's awesome. Yeah, if you ever come to a game, go check out their concession stand. Good barbecue. I think, what did he say? Chris smoked it for like 16 hours last week.
Yeah, great barbecue, and I had one of the hot dogs tonight too. The hot dogs are great.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever come to a game, go check them out.
3rd down and 25 here for Capital. Tigers can get a possession here and a chance to extend this lead before the halftime break. Grigsby under pressure, throws. It's called by Robinson. Markel Lowe nearly gets him down. And it's Garrett Mays who sprints over, forces him to the sideline. And a minimal gain on the play of just a few yards. A lot of running for a few. And so this will bring up 4th down in a punt situation for Capital.
Kind of similar to what we saw in the last drive when we were on offense. They just go just something very conservative. You know, not try to like throw like a deep ball that's possibly going to get picked off. And obviously didn't go nowhere, so they're going to be able to pump the football off. I'll tell you what, if we can just get one more touchdown before half up, this is going to put us in very good shape.
You expect Capital to let this play clock drizzle down to close to 0 before sending the ball away. Again, the play clock's here in the stadium, not operating this evening, so the officiating crew will be keeping that there on the field. Punt was nearly blocked by Daniel Jennings. Brad Malser steps under it there at the 46-yard line. Malser down the sideline, takes a shot, and out he goes at the 25. You gotta love the hustle of Malser. Drops his shoulder. The kid thinks he's gonna knock him out of the ballpark, and Malser hands it tough, and then says a few choice words after.
I'll tell you what, man, Brad has really spent a lot of good time in the weight room this offseason. I'll tell you this, like the first preseason scrimmage against Richlands, when Chance threw that deep ball, I thought he threw it to Caleb Kaiser, and it turns out that was actually Brad Mosser, man. He just got, they said Brad gained 20 pounds of muscle this offseason. You know, with all that speed, add a little more armor to him, man, he's going to be dangerous.
No doubt. Trying to see where they spot the ball here. It's going to be just over a 20-yard gain on the play for Mosser on the return.
This is very good field position. You're in Capital's territory. So right here, you've got to eliminate the penalties. And, you know, you've got to capitalize and put it in the end zone right here on this drive. Four receivers.
All right, here comes a first down for the Tigers. 3:45 to play before halftime. Screen pass to Markel Lowe. Lowe, first down along the far side, out of bounds. He steps at that's a 16-yard line. So 14-yard gain on the play for Markel Lowe on the Barker pass.
So with that quads look that we just shown right there, Capital only had 3 defenders on that far side, so a simple screen pass. You just get man on with the other 3 receivers. Everybody's blocked, and that's going to leave like a lot of room for our runner to get the ball first down.
Well, you want to talk about a guy who has absolutely given himself to training. That's Chance Barker. We'll talk more about that coming up. Some of the guys that he's been working out with. First and 10. On the field. You were talking about Chance Barker and just the people that he's worked out with. He trained at Quarterback Country, North Carolina in the offseason with former Duke quarterback Anthony Boone. You know, he was an NFL prospect and missed out on an NFL career because of an injury that he had. Boone also trained former UNC star, now Patriots quarterback Drake May. It's a pretty good company there, and he made the comment that, you know, Chance and Drake May actually have a very similar quarterbacking style. He's trained with Will Greer, former Mountaineer standout, Sam Howell with the Seattle Seahawks, P.J. Walker, who was with the Carolina Panthers, Grayson McCall from NC State, Max Brown, who is in Florida and is now at Coastal Carolina. And here's what's cool about Chance. Chance always encourages his teammates. He wants to get other guys involved and other guys working. And so what does he do? He packs up a van full of his guys, and he makes this training in North Carolina a team affair. He goes down there, and he takes Marvion Howard, Brad Malser, Markel Lowe, Garrett Mays, Wyatt Klein, all spent time down there in North Carolina with Chance catching passes from their all-star quarterback.
I'll tell you, I mean, that's amazing to get all that help and getting that compliment saying you compare Chance Barker to Drake May, who plays for the Patriots, I believe. What a compliment for somebody who's training him, and, you know, to bring your teammates along as well. You know, obviously that's going to form good chemistry, but, you know, that's a lot of good work that these guys are putting in. Hopefully you're going to see that pay off, hopefully to a state championship run.
Chance is well beyond his years, a fine young man.
Absolutely.
A yes, sir, and no, sir kind of guy. First and 10, Markel Lowe with a full head of steam moves the ball 8 yards on the drive toward the end zone. This is where things kind of work out for Princeton. If you're Princeton here, you kind of maybe you want to milk some time off the clock before your next play as you're closing in on a halftime break, leading 13-6 and knocking on the door of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, right there, that was a good push by the center and our two guards. Get a good push right there. They had pressure trying to come from the outside with Capital's defenders, but, you know, that didn't really work out too well for them. And that brings up a good,
all right, this is going to help.
Add more yards.
There you go. It was a defensive face mask on Thomas Centron, the junior. And so the defensive line for Capital now racks up a penalty.
Yeah, like you said, it would be nice to try to milk some clock a little bit, but, you know, any opportunity, I learned the hard way last year, any chance you try to get some points on the board, you got to go ahead and take it.
Walser goes in motion. Markel Lowe spread to the end zone. It's a Tiger touchdown.
Boom, baby!
Markel Lowe from 5 yards away sticks it in the end zone for 6 for the Princeton Tigers. And it stops the clock with 3:05 remaining in our first half.
That's the modern-day version of the triple option. When we just go with Markel Lowe. Chance did a pretty good job also selling the pitch right there. And that was just a very easy hole for Markel to run through and to get the touchdown. So very good drive for this Princeton offense.
Markel Lowe is getting a lot of collegiate looks, and I'm telling you, if you're a college coach and you're watching this young man, you better offer. I mean, he not only are you getting a great athlete, but a great person.
Hey, great young man. He was a great student to have in class as well. Coached him at the middle school. Like you definitely are going to get the right kind of person in Markel Lowe.
James Gump, point after is good. 3:05 to play here in our first half. 20-6 is the score. Tigers lead Capital. You're watching Tiger TV. It's a presentation of JR1-Sports. Keeps it on the ground from 4 yards away. Scores a Tiger touchdown. The Tigers lead Capital 20-6. Just over 3 minutes to play before halftime. Now, if you're Capital here, this is where you got to watch the onside kick. We've seen Chris Pedigo do it for years, and Keith Taylor has paid dividends. You never know what you're going to see. Here comes Jace Gum, and he'll send this one deep, fielded at the 3-yard line by Robinson. Robinson cuts to the sideline. Down the sideline he goes. Kaiser got a hand on him, and he's wrapped up and driven out of bounds there on the far sideline. Trying to see if I know who I think that is. It's actually R.J. Coatney, and R.J. played tailback in the game earlier this week, the JV game against the Richlands, and was spectacular.
Yeah, RJ only a sophomore, so I like to see him, you know, get another year development right with the JV squad. And I think he's going to be a good fit to fill in for that running back position once Markel graduates.
Yep, no doubt. A couple of guys will be working them back there in the backfield. I tell you, that's one thing that we've been fortunate. We haven't really had a lot of injuries. Last year we didn't have a lot of injuries, especially at the skilled player positions. Handoff, plays blown dead. Probably going to be against the offense here.
Yeah, more likely. Hey, I got a few score updates. A few games actually going on in West Virginia. We're not the only one. Halftime, this is courtesy of Charles Moose Angell, also known as my dad. Yeah, Summers County is up 15-7 right now over Pikeview, over on the other side of the county. North Berrien up on East Fairmont, 28-21. I think that's the final score. Independence over Hoover right now in the second quarter, 23-7.
Oh, wow. Independence kind of making a bounce back. They're not really sure how good Hoover is this year, but Indy's certainly flexing some muscles on the road there.
I guarantee you, John H. Lilly, he's definitely going to have those boys ready to play at Indy.
So false start was the call. A little reverse here, and that is Davia. And he is fast, so get 5 yards out of the play. Back to the original line of scrimmage there at the 31-yard line.
He's kind of like Saul on the play that was before it was blown dead. They were trying to do a little pin and pull, just get the guy on the outside, so they did the same action, but now they brought a little reverse in, a little misdirection, got him back to the original spot where the drive started.
Yeah. You got to meet not just a big man, but a really big man in Riley Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Davey goes in motion. Give it to Robinson. Once again, Bell is there. And Princeton rallies to the football. It's a gang tackle. And so Capital stopped here. Princeton may have a chance to put another touchdown on the board here.
Right, hey, ran right into that Bell wall. Riley Bell just said, "No, sir, you ain't getting past me." What a stop right there by the big man himself.
And let me tell you, those two stops by Riley Bell has head coach Keith Taylor. You see him on the sideline, absolutely fired up for his team.
I'll tell you, man, like any good line play, Coach Taylor is definitely going to get this crowd jacked up.
3rd and 10 now for the Cougars. They start Valdavia at quarterback, and really since about the first possession, we haven't seen it back there since as Grigsby comes in, and we have a timeout on the field. We'll step away. 1:22 remaining in the half. 20-6 is the score. Princeton leads Capital. You're watching Tiger TV. It's a presentation of JR1-Sports. Glad to have you along. Big third down play coming up for Capital. Princeton leads this one by 2 touchdowns. Riley Bell had a couple of big stops there on the interior part of the defensive line and really has gotten this Tiger team and the crowd juiced. And now 3rd down and 10. See what Capital drew up here in the timeout. Grigsby in the backfield, plenty of targets downfield. He's under pressure. Down he goes! A huge sack. Daniel Jennings gets in the backfield, brings the heat, and down goes Grigsby back at the 16-yard line. There is laundry on the field.
I'll tell you what, hey, I can see why Penn State wanted to offer this young man as a junior. Just an excellent pass rush. That tackle just had no chance at all, and the quarterback just went, "Good night, I'm going down."
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, that was a hold there in the offense. And it was Kevin Van Meter, the senior, who was guilty. And that is over there on the side where Danny Jennings is bringing the heat.
Tell you what, man, what a job by this defensive line for the Princeton Tigers on this series. Big Riley Bell, stop with those 2 run plays, and you bring in Daniel Jennings on the pass rush. Awesome.
I think this possession here can be huge for Princeton. Really just trying to pull away here before halftime with 1:16 to play. And so you have a little bit of time and maybe a short field here.
I mean, we've seen Brad Mosser make those plays already today, so I don't think there's any doubt that we can see it again.
Valdavia nearly had it blocked. He got tipped. Out of bounds it goes here on the near sideline and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So a tip kick partially blocked will result in great field position for the Tigers with just 62 seconds to play. Excuse me, 72 seconds to play here in the first half.
Great field position for our Tigers, and Brad Mosser got to take a play off on that one. Okay, good rush right there by our guys, able to get a tip on the ball. Not a good punt right there for Capital. Hey, inside Capital's territory once again, so let's see us capitalize again. No penalties right here. Get the ball down the field. Let's get another boom, baby.
Here comes Barker and company. Markello sprints out to the flat. He winds it up, takes a shot, a wide open man. It's Brad Mosser. Pass underthrown a little bit. Mosser sprints down to catch it at the 2-yard line. Looks like he's got a cramp. Daniel Jennings will step over to help stretch it out there. An incredible grab by Mosser.
So, hey, Brad Mosser did his job right here to get this catch. So I anticipate that we're going to see another Markello touchdown right up the middle.
Is anticipating it as well as to load the box up. Daniel Jennings in motion. Flag flies. This, yep. Call it on the left tackle, Zayden Neely. Zayden new in that position this year. He's kind of wanting an explanation of what he did. When you're talking about a big frame, I was talking to his mom, and he's grown a lot there in the last year. Last checkup, I think he was 6'6" and about 230 pounds.
I'm jealous. I wish I was 6'6". I mean, I just wish I was 6 foot in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think right there, just any little flinch on the offensive line, they're always going to call for a false start.
Miscommunication there in the backfield. Markel Lowe was able to save it here for the Tigers and drive the Tigers back to the 19-yard line. Tigers are saying, hey, look, man, forward progress. Clock, too.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like, they tried to call for a timeout, and I think they ran I thought they ran a couple more seconds off the clock.
So the clock stops at 21 seconds. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Well, 27 seconds, or 26.5 seconds, I should say, of the first half. Tiger fans were upset that the clock started running. And a lot of time it ticked off. I think like 51 seconds on the clock. We turn around, it's down to the 20s. And so that might not be a bad thing here, though, because the Tigers have a chance on second down, and they'll give Markel Lowe pick the ball up off the turf to save the Tiger possession, try to make something happen. They'll give him forward progress where he was first touched and hit, and that'll be around the 10.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, you know, you've always got to take care of the simplest things, from the snap into the center or running back quarterback exchange. So we got to get the little things taken care of.
Second down. Pass to the end zone. That pass is caught. It's a senior, Garrett Mays, for Tiger 6.
Boom, baby! Hey, excellent play call right there. You get Markel out in motion. Hey, those Capital defenders were going right at him. And what did you see? You saw double slants coming back in the middle. Chance like what he saw with Garrett, and Garrett got him a touchdown.
How about that?
Yeah.
Most of his touchdowns last season were on the defensive side of the football. And so now Garrett Mays catches one in the end zone from 11 yards out for the Tiger touchdown. Chase come on for the point after. Tigers have eliminated some of those penalties and kind of settled in here. Kick is away. Gum confidently puts it between the uprights. 22 seconds to play in the half. 26-6 is the score in favor of the Princeton Tigers. Princeton to kick the ball off with 22 seconds to play in the half. They'll go deep to Robinson. Falling back at the 3-yard line, will bring it out down the sideline. He heads on the far side, out of bounds, just beyond the 25-yard line at the 27. Got a 24-yard return for Robinson. I've really been impressed with Robinson. They have him on the roster here. It's just a sophomore. He's got 2 more seasons. I'm telling you, this Capital team, with John Carpenter back at the helm, will continue to improve. I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with, maybe by the end of this season, but certainly next season.
Yeah, like I said, you know, we talked about, like, this Capital team is really going to run the gauntlet. That's going to really make these young guys better, so in the long run. So I see, yeah, Capital with Carpenter back at the helm, they're going to be greatly improved, and maybe they'll get back to the old Capital that we've used to see for a long time.
You're the Tiger defense. Just got to keep the ball in front of you here with 15 seconds remaining in the half. Under pressure from Jennings, escapes on the run. Cooper drives into the sideline. Out he goes after picking up 2.5 yards. Jordan Cooper with a great play at the linebacker position. And Chase Grigsby out of bounds. Stops the clock with 9.8 seconds.
So yeah, it's a big thing with the secondary right here is, you know, keep those guys underneath you. Don't get beat deep at all and risk giving up a touchdown.
Tiger fans are upset with maybe or heckling. It looks like maybe a Capital fan standing outside the locker room there. And here come the law enforcement officer to say, hey, buddy, you guys to go. Huh. Looks like he has a headset on. It looks like a coaching headset. You see that?
That's different.
It's wild. Here's a screen pass, and it's dropped by Robinson. And rightfully so, because Danny Jennings brought the heat to the backfield. He had to get rid of the football. Grigsby went down to the turf.
6.7 seconds left.
There's some issue last year with some guy that was kind of shady hanging around the locker. I think David Hercey was. Remember that?
I think it was one of our playoff games too. Yeah, no, that was kind of, I didn't know about that until after the game. You know, it was all over social media. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we still won. So, no matter what happened, it didn't work.
I know. Coach is going to the locker room. Robinson picks up a first down with 1.6 on the clock at the 41-yard line. I realize it really is two capital coaches. The guy was just kind of standing there waiting here before halftime, and I don't think Princeton fans liked the fact that he was standing outside the locker room door. Yeah. All right, this will do it. Clock strikes 0. Tigers will head to the locker room, leading this one by 3 touchdowns, 27-6. It's been a half where penalties have kind of plagued this squad, but then it called up with capital in the second quarter. We'll try to crunch some stats and numbers. I've got a feeling we'll have a shortened version of halftime here and be back with third quarter action. You're watching Tiger TV. It's a presentation of JR1-Sports. But the people who stayed and people
is really fired up like us for Princeton football.
Chase Gubb has the ball teed up on the 40. He'll send it deep end over end. This will be fielded at the 10-yard line by Johnson. Johnson brings it to the middle of the field. Down he goes. It's Mr. Caleb Kaiser who gets in there.
That's incredible, man. To be able to put that work on the football field and be able to do well academically, that's awesome.
First 10 here for the Cougars. Robinson brought down immediately. Fumble the football. Princeton has it. Spreading toward the end zone. It was Wyatt Klein.
Hey.
My goodness.
Wow.
He has been all over the field tonight, and he gets a decent return of almost 10 yards there after picking up the fumbled football. So he has it at the 16-yard line.
Give credit again to this defensive line play for Princeton. Just owned the Capital offensive line up, and good push, was able to get a good strip on the ball. Wyatt was able to be in the right place, right time. And now let's capitalize and get another touchdown on the board.
This is where that conditioning, that weight room work pays off for Princeton. They're going to wear you down in the second half. Markel Lowe sits in the sidecar right. Barker looks, lofts it. It's called by Klein. Jumps inside the 10, still on his feet, dragging the defender down to the 7-yard line. Not to be denied is Wyatt Klein.
Little play action chance on the rollout and hit wide out in the flat. Good enough gain for 9 yards.
Jamal Dodson on the tackle. He's a junior. Angell looks like he maybe got a stinger there, trying to shake it out. Yard and a half here for a first down. Tosses it here to Markel Lowe, racing to the end zone. He got in there, took the guy out right over the top. Boom,
baby!
Markel Lowe, not afraid of the contact, absolutely drove his body right through the defender around the 3-yard line, pushed his way right into the end zone. I think it's official. We can say he bulldozed his way there. It looks like Markel either has cramps or a stinger, as he is now on the sideline with the trainer. Looks like he's going to get a rub down there, the calf muscles.
Tell you what, if you was playing PlayStation, somebody just flipped the little right analog stick up, and that was like a major hit stick right there that Markel was able to land right there.
Unbelievable hit. Here's Gum for the point after. It's through the sticks. 10:55 to play in the third. Tigers 34, Capital 6. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Tigers get a defensive turnover. Wyatt Klein jumps on a fumbled football, and then Markel Lowe punches it in from a few yards away. He's on the sideline right now getting some water and probably some mustard packets there and cramping up.
Yeah.
Boy, what a run it was. Tigers up 34-6 with Gum, ready to send the ball back to the Cougars. Robinson inside the 5 will fill it right around the 2. Puts it in 5th gear quickly, hits the hole, That's one thing I like about this Capital squad is special teams. They waste no time turning and getting up the field. Specifically, Mr. David Robinson. Is it safe to call him the Admiral at this point?
Oh, yeah, he reminds me of somebody, right? Man, I'll tell you what, man. Like, you know, I think with Fernando Valdavia and also David Robinson in the backfield, like, I think this Capital team will be much better improved from what we saw last year.
Yeah, no doubt. They got some speed and some athletes. You give Mr. Carpenter a little bit of time to put it all together, and Capital may be a contender here in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, we might see like the old Capital.
Remember when those guys would step on the field and people feared them? Robinson falls to the ground, lost his footing on the turf, and down he goes to give him a yard on the play. And the tackle belongs to the turf at Hunnicutt.
Yeah, hey, going back to what we were talking about with the Capital of old, like, you know, when I played against them in high school and also when we coached, you knew that when Capital was on the schedule, you knew you were going to have to bring it because they had some guys that were like, they brought the noise and they were always going to bring it for 4 quarters every night. So I think we'll see Carpenter bring that back for Capital.
You got to love here, you got a couple of linemen on the sideline. You know, Dave Campbell, line coach, you know, not with us anymore after last season. And Keith Taylor accept that responsibility. Bad snap here. And there's Danny Jennings, who's able to run it. That's just a hustle play.
Yeah.
He absolutely just did a foot race, outran Valdavia, and jumps on the football. So twice this half, Capitals had 2 possessions, and they fumbled it away both times. And now the Tigers on the Capital side of the field with just under 10 minutes to play in the 3rd period have an opportunity to extend the lead.
Yeah, just you always got to get that snap down because they'll always start to play. And that was just well up in the air. The quarterback just never had any time to get the ball out. And Daniel was just right there. Good hustle play by Daniel. And once again, another turnover. Excellent field position for this Tiger offense.
He's talking about David Campbell. And Keith Taylor has not only decided to continue as the head coach, but also as the line coach. And the guys are loving it, man. You saw him down there, had an iPad showing some of the guys what they're doing wrong. This is Danny Jennings. Will push the pile ahead like the man that he is. He'll get close to 9 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Daniel's that type of runner that, you know, is not as shifty as Markel, but he's going to be just that one plant and just go, just downhill runner. So, excellent. So, if you need Markel to get a break, you've got a good quality running back in Daniel Jennings to fill that hole if you need it.
Yeah, would you like to be a linebacker coming up on 6'4", 225 pounds?
No, sir, I'm out.
I'm not sure what he runs in the 40 realm, but I'd say it's probably, what, 4'5"-ish?
Oh, it's scary.
Daniel Jennings once again, he is in the end zone. Daniel Jennings sprinting ahead for the Tiger touchdown. Ran right through the defense.
Boom, baby. I told you, you saw that right there, the way Daniel was running. I bet Capital wanted no part of trying to take that one down. Man, what a great run by Daniel Jennings. That's his first touchdown as a Princeton Tiger.
Yeah, how about that? Officially his first TD as a Tiger. He played in the Princeton system his 9th grade season, decided to go over to Graham and play a couple of seasons there. Had a great young 2-year career. WVU offered him what? He was like a freshman or sophomore.
Yeah.
Neil Brown offered him a scholarship, and it was between West Virginia and Penn State. He's chosen to go with Coach Franklin, and we respect that decision and wish him the best at Penn State. As Jay Scum will put the extra point through. 41-6 is the score, with just over 9 minutes to play in the 3rd period. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Be right back. Tiger wanting to stick on. Wanted to move it to 7:30, and then Mother Nature says, I'll get the last laugh. 10 o'clock this evening.
I don't like you, Mother Nature.
Few choice words for her. Officially, it is 11:44, way past our bedtime. Capital mishandles the kickoff and moving ahead just beyond the 25-yard line. is Damian Johnson. We are in our outside position this evening. Our cameraman and crew member producing inside the press box, and we have the luxury of being outside here. And once the rain stopped, got a little fog kind of lingering in the air, but it's been really comfortable outside.
But I tell you, I mean, I love it out, just being out here, just because you get to feel the energy of this crowd, feel the energy just being out here. I mean, there's nothing like just calling it outside the press box.
They say you should call the game as a fan, and this is about as good as it gets when you want to call the game as a fan as being outside with the fans.
You're right, I love it.
Grigsby takes a snap. Robinson busts through with a burst of energy. Malser couldn't get him. He's still on his feet, and down he goes near the 30-yard line, and Malser's slow to get up. That's not a good sign for the Tigers. Now he's okay. You got to remember, we got to get a big game next Friday night, just over a week away, as we will be headed to Bluefield on the road.
Yeah, you know, it was a big run right there, so you can't really let up because you got to learn how to be able to play for 4 quarters. And knowing our history against the Beavers, we're going to be in for a 4-quarter fight. It doesn't matter what the records are going to be, what's on the rosters. It's always going to be a fight in that game.
Then the following week, you got to turn around and go to Oak Hill. Last time we were there, double overtime.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a push ahead. Robinson gets the carry. He's had a majority of the carries this evening for Capital, and maybe got a yard out of the play. Number of defenders circling him.
Yeah, a lot better result right there. You just cause a stalemate and get a whole bunch of black jerseys on the ball carrier.
Freshman Jacob Dixon getting some varsity time here. And if you watch him on the JV rinks, he's not afraid of contact. He likes contact, and he's showing it there in helping on the tackle.
And it's always nice when you can get a freshman to get some varsity reps for here. I was about to say Friday night, but on this Thursday night.
Yeah, well, it's about to be Friday here in just a little bit. Friday morning, I suppose.
Yeah.
Grigsby goes down. Daniel Jennings, like a heat-seeking missile, gets him back at the 40-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the play.
Man, I am excited to see what Daniel Jennings is going to rack up this whole season, along with Caleb Kaiser. Again, this is no doubt, this is going to be the best pass rush in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, the heat coming off the edges. And then you got Markel Lowe. My goodness. Jordan Cooper.
Jordan Cooper, also Hezekiah Burnett, Wyatt Klein. Man, I'll tell you, man, this defense is a lot improved, a lot more improved what we saw last year.
This may be the best game I've seen Wyatt Klein play since coming on the varsity ranks at Princeton. 18. Moves the ball forward. Back close to the original line of scrimmage, right there at the line. This will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Simple screenplay, but again, they're just going to try to get Valdavia anywhere, a lot of different spots on the field. You just want to get your best athletes out in space, and that's what Capital was able to do, and they were able to pick up a 1st down.
Down play for Princeton. Defense last season, you know, we talk about offense, but the defense last year was pretty daggone stingy as well. Only gave up 18.5 points per game on average during the regular season last year. Yeah. So less than 3 touchdowns per game. Grigsby fires. Robinson with the catch, driven out of bounds by Markel Lowe. Sprints across the field to the linebacker position. Excuse me, that's not Markel, that is Wyatt Klein.
And I think that was a Capital 1st down. I definitely was well off on that one. That was 4th down.
Yep.
Guess they got back to the line of scrimmage. Dude, I'm ready for bed. Yeah, a great defense right there for our guys. And let's see us continue to try to get a little bit more points, just work our offense. But I assume they're going to try to milk as much clock as possible here.
I would be okay with that. I mean, obviously, I like to see the air raid, throwing it over the top and going for the end zone. But at this point, if we just kind of grind it out here, we're okay with that. It's almost midnight here in Princeton. Back onto the offense. Little screen pass to Malser. Malser is tripped up in the backfield. That's a heck of an open field tackle. And we don't have that young man on our roster.
Yeah, that's just one where I know Brad is really wanting to try to make a play right there. But in that situation, you know, just take one cut and, you know, just go ahead and take off and just try to get some positive yardage.
Balser is cramping up something horribly.
Oh, that's right in the hamstring.
Watching online, enjoy their support. Barker is going to keep it now. He's going to throw it out into space to Jennings on a screen pass. He squirts forward, demolishes a Capital defender, spins out of a tackle, and Mr. Penn State is up to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 and a Tiger first down.
Yeah, I think Chance wanted to go to him a little bit earlier, but just didn't like what he saw. Chance was able to escape just a little bit more, get it out there, and man, whew, I don't want to be tackling that guy.
But, you know, this is kind of a good situation. You know, I'm glad Malser's okay. It looks like it's just some cramps there on the sideline. You know, this is a chance for Jennings to get in, get some reps and some catches here on the offensive side of the football. You know, he was Southwest District first team offense and defense last year at Graham.
I mean, that is a pretty good conference on the Virginia side, and to get first team offense and defense as a sophomore, that's something special.
Listen, I enjoy playing some of the Virginia schools, and I'm hoping that we can go down and cover the Pulaski County game here in several weeks. I really enjoyed the trip to Lord Botetourt there several years ago, and the year before they were supposed to come here. That was a COVID year. Apparently there was some COVID on the team. They ended up not making that trip and playing that game. But wouldn't you love to get Lord Botetourt here at home sometime?
I'll tell you what, like any of those Virginia schools, they have a lot of pride in football in the New River Valley and on the Southwest District. So, yeah, I would hope we can get I hope we get to travel down to Pulaski and be able to call that game, because that's a beautiful area over there in Dublin.
Markel Lowe fights for positive yardage, gains about 5. He's a yard shy of the first down marker, driven out of bounds here on the near side. Boy, really fighting for that extra yardage. As the General David Hercey calls it, yak yardage. Yards after contact. Yak. I understand that the 2 wins that Princeton's had over Capital in this series, you played in one of them.
2006.
And the General played in the other. 0-1.
So, hey, I'll tell you what, if that means we get this win tonight, this is going to be your first win against Capital, so I think JR1-Sports takes care of Capital.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We are the good omen. Tigers lose some yardage there, trying to screen pass it to Markel Lowe. The Capital defense had it snipped out there at the 41.
Tell you what, going down memory lane with that 2006 game, like we really struggled that game to try to get a run game going. And we played an excellent defense, and I think the play today was James Johnson. I remember picked up a fumble well deep in our territory, ran it about 70, 80 yards for a touchdown. That was the one that sealed the deal for us to beat Capital.
Receivers, rolls with pressure, throws it, and was under pressure, had to get that ball out of his hand. Wyatt Klein was trying to close in on the pass, and so that'll stop the clock with 3:38 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, just go ahead and just get the punt team on the field and just pin Capital back.
Let's waste some of this clock, gentlemen.
Yeah, please.
You got a field trip tomorrow, I understand.
Yeah, we are taking the freshmen to Raleigh Canyon Armory for a gear-up trip. I kind of got suckered into being a chaperone at the last minute, so I kind of regret saying yes to that now.
Got Kevin Sizemore, Princeton grad, checking in from the West Coast, and he says, "Don't know what you guys are talking about. Game is right on time for me."
Yeah. Go ahead and rub it in our face there, Kevin.
It's officially 8:55 right now. Out in Hollywood, so there you go. Chase Gum with a booming punt. Fielded there at the 26. Tigers chase him down to the near sideline and out of bounds. They'll chase him down to the 35-yard line.
You remember that video that Kevin Sizemore made when we had that state championship run last year?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. That was we get excellent support from Kevin Sizemore all the way out in Hollywood. He could be doing his own thing, forget about his hometown, but he's very, I mean, that's awesome that he always remembers Princeton, really puts that at the forefront, and that's awesome.
Well, we had a star-studded event there in Wheeling in December because Kevin Sizemore came in from Hollywood. You had Ken Kendrick, who's the owner of the Diamondbacks, who's a Princeton who came in for that. He was there at the game. And then you had Tyrone Gilliard, who is Princeton royalty, had a great career here, went on the pit to play for the Panthers, and an exceptional talent. And he was also up there at the game in Wheeling. So we had Neil Brown there in the house.
Yeah, I think that was the game right there. They got Don the offer to go to WVU.
I remember the first touchdown strike. Don went to double coverage and made that catch and sprinted in. And next thing you know, I was sprinting up the steps, about 15 steps, celebration, and the lady in front of me thought I was crazy. Sometimes you get that energy inside, man. It just takes over. Don made that touchdown grab. We went up over Martinsburg, and it was just electric. And then there was that controversial call, the onside kick, which, you know, you think momentum totally would have been on our side, but yeah. Stretch play here. Cut back in Davia. Down he goes. A solid over-the-shoulder tackle. Helmet flies off. I don't think that was intentional. Flags fly, though.
I would say, you know, if the helmet flew off, I'd say they might just try to they might try to go with the face mask penalty. But yeah, going back to the state championship, you had all those like famous people with Sizemore, Kendrick, Tyrone Gilliard. And I know there's more people from Princeton there, but you could tell how much going to the state championship meant to everybody who associates himself with Princeton Senior High School.
I had the opportunity to be a part of the end of the year banquet that they had back in the spring for this football team, and they all got state runner-up rings. And I understand that Mr. Kendrick was kind of involved in some of that stuff, and they had a huge dinner with steak and chicken and baked potato and salad and great dessert. It was a great evening to celebrate. It was kind of cool because they had the Bridgeport-Princeton game on all the TVs there at the Karen Preservati Center. Grigsby fires, underthrown. He had to get rid of the ball as Kaiser was closing in there around the corner.
But yeah, I mean, that was an historic season. For it to be the 100th season of Princeton Senior High School football, it was able to make that run to the state championship. That was spectacular. And I think the run that we had to get to the championship, it was like a live Woodlawn movie right there. So obviously, you know, we took care of business against Oak Hill. But man, I went back. I forgot how good that Parkersburg game was when I went back to watch in the summer.
It was like 41-37 was the final. I mean, it was a grind out. And you know, Parkersburg had defeated the team that had beat us, the only loss we had in the regular season, Hurricane. And so had they not won that game, we're going to Hurricane on the road.
What a hit.
Yes, sir. That's Caleb Kaiser bringing the wood on Grigsby. We got a pass interference there along the sideline. You see Jordan Cooper with his palms in the air like, you got to be kidding me. I don't know. But you talking about the Woodlawn story, and then the following week, it was Cabell Midland who got upset by Bridgeport. So Bridgeport, you know, that's the beauty of the playoffs. If you get to host that game, it is huge. We got to host 3 of them. I think somebody there on the Capital side of the line said something that Mark Kello didn't agree with. He was kind of animated there. We got a pass interference. I think they're going to call this on Princeton's Landon Dillon. Which this time last year, Landon Dillon was in all kinds of a predicament. If you remember that preseason scrimmage, I think it was the William Fleming game here.
Yeah.
He had planted on a tackle and snapped his leg in half, went to the hospital, and had a lot of time in recovery. And glad to see him back. He also plays baseball. He's a lefty. 25 here for the Cougars. Pitch pass, and down goes Robinson. Tigers sniff him out there in the backfield. Brad Walser leads the charge. Daniel Jennings also in on the stop, and Brady Klein.
Yeah.
Tigers rallying to the football. 2:35 to play here in the third. We still got a whole other quarter to go, bro. Can we just go ahead and call it?
I think this is pretty much like in the books. Or maybe just go with the running clock into the fourth quarter. I don't know the exact rule on, well, I think like once you get up to a certain point in the second half, like a big margin, then they would have to go with like a running clock.
Daniel Jennings, he got a timeout, so Jennings exits the game here. Up here or what?
Yeah, I don't know what happened right there.
We'll take a seat here on the near side of my bench. To him.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing major right here and he's going to be okay.
At Princeton Senior High School, Tigers have the holiday weekend to recoup and then get ready for Bluefield next Friday night. Pass is broken up. What a play in the end zone. Mr. Landon Dillon looking like Garrett Bays over there in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I remember that injury last year against William Fleming. That was a nasty leg injury. But for him to be able to come back from that and be able to get back and suited up was quite impressive. And now you're able to see him make some tremendous plays like we just saw right there. Excellent coverage.
Yeah, he was in uniform by the, I guess, in the playoffs, and then for the championship game he was suited up. Still got the good vibe in the crowd here tonight, you know. Cheerleaders are still going. I think the band decided to go ahead and go home and call it an evening, which, hey, man, great halftime performance.
Yeah, well, I mean, tremendous job. I'm really glad that the band has really, was able to be picked up. I know COVID really, hit them really hard, but for them it was an incredible performance. I hope you guys were able to stay tuned in to watch at halftime because I feel like, obviously I'm biased, but we've got the best band, dance, and flag team in the state of West Virginia, and I know Greg Richmond has done a tremendous job getting those guys ready.
Yeah, I tell you, it's something about bearded guys. Fear the beard, right? Richmond's sporting that nice beard, and so is my partner in crime here.
Got a little bit too much gray going on right now, man.
Welcome to old age, friend.
Oh, yeah.
Marvion Howard, unsportsmanlike, and a member of the Capital team as well, as will offset. Here's third down and 12. Robinson gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Got big Riley Bell hanging on low. Also on the ground there, assisting on the tackle is Landon Moore.
Yeah.
Jordan Cooper.
I'll tell you what, what a good night for Riley Bell. It's the first game starting on the varsity level and has really just owned that line of scrimmage. Made some really good plays, caused a lot of stalemates. So awesome start for Riley Bell.
Yeah, and I know I keep talking about putting in the time, but that's the difference that you see on the field at the time that's being put in. And Riley's one of those kids who really dedicated himself to working out, lost a bunch of weight. Yeah, more mobile. I mean, you're talking about how strong he is. I mean, just an absolute beast in the weight room. And you see that on Thursday night this week, but you see that on Friday nights.
I mean, I was watching Riley squat probably early in the winter, and when they were maxing, I mean, I think he squatted around 550 that time. And I went back and watched. I mean, it was legit squat too. High school, it's like most squat videos I've seen with high schools. Squat depth's always going to be hit or miss, but his squat was legit.
That is insane. Capital takes a timeout. Got a lot of football on the agenda tomorrow evening. Of course, the big game over in Bluefield, the Battle of the Bluefields. Depending on which side of the state line you're from, one side calls it the Beaver-Graham game, the other the Graham-Beaver game. Your predictions for that one? We saw Graham last Friday night, and I thought Graham had a couple of skilled guys, and the quarterback, doesn't wow you, but man, he's efficient. He put passes on the money, and I think Graham's going to be a load for Bluefield tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and actually watched the Bluefield scrimmage against Abington on film that Coach Taylor was able to get his hands on, and I think after watching that one and seeing Graham, I think Graham's going to win by double digits.
Yeah. I thought Graham looked really, really good here. I know Roberts threw the 4 interceptions in 2 quarters, but look, you talked about that pass rush coming at you. Daniel Jennings and Caleb Kaiser and Jordan Cooper, and
But he threw some pretty good balls, especially to Chris Edwards, and then also you, Bruno Isabel, running the ball as well. Like, I think this Grand team will definitely make a run in the Virginia State playoffs.
Robinson stays in the backfield with Grigsby. Figure out where to play at number 15, who's not on our roster. Grigsby tosses and passes, nearly intercepted. Hanging in the air there was Wyatt Klein. Once again, he nearly had the pick off on defense.
And I think there's a flag that was thrown on the 25-yard line, but I don't think it's going to really matter. I think it's going to be on Capitol, and Princeton will decline it. Hopefully I get my flag judgment call correct this time.
All right, Tigers get the ball back, and we'll head the opposite way. 41-6 your score, 42 seconds to play in the third. If you're still up.
Hey, I got to count. It's 12:07, so you know what that means. It's officially Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already like 3 quarters in, but
yeah.
Man.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Lights now.
Yeah.
At least Friday lights. 42.3 seconds. Pass is caught, and the target falls down on his own. That's Jake Belcher, who's a sophomore. Jake was the quarterback last season on the JV squad, and Jake's really hit a growth spurt. I mean, he's really kind of grown up and filled in. Shoulders get a little wider. You know, he got some PT there on the varsity ranks last year. You know, on some of the blowout games, you know, obviously a quarterback position, but, you know, Jake got some time at linebacker, and I thought he looked pretty good last year. He got, you know, playing time in the Lincoln County game, the first game of the season. Got some time at Greenbrier East, and was really impressed with what Jake was doing on the field. That does it for the third quarter. On to the fourth we go. Princeton Tigers in control of this one, leading Capital 41-6. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports. Good to see some of these younger guys getting some playing time in the varsity ranks here in the fourth quarter. I'd like to see a couple of passes here aimed at Marvion Howard. Howard has great hands. You know, we've known what he can do on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's start getting like these younger guys like some more reps, get some catches in there, just try to get them, you know, more experience with the varsity level. I wonder what the issue with the clock is. There's no way I'm staying for 80 minutes of a quarter. we dealt with that last year at Bridgeport.
Okay. 8 minutes.
Okay, that's more like it.
So we're going to trim the 12-minute clock down to 8 minutes here to start the fourth. 2nd and 12. Coatney busts through a hole. RJ Coatney has a first down, and down he goes at the 44-yard line. RJ slow to get up. He is a fine young man. I was joking with him the other day about all these chicken wings that this Princeton Tiger team has been consuming. Apparently Applebee's does all-you-can-eat chicken wings for one price, and they've absolutely paid the price. 5 linemen went up there and walked away after 244 wings.
I'm telling you. Listen, I love my chicken wings, and they have to be bone in. They can't be boneless. Yeah. We can't deal with the pre-chewed up chicken nuggets. But I'll tell you what, man, that's impressive to eat that many wings. Like, I don't know, what's that average out for like one player? 240 is about a fine. I think the most I've ever ate in one setting was probably 30, but I didn't feel good the next morning.
Coatney able to jog off the field on his own. It's like he took a shot there, maybe to the back. It's a first down. Here comes Landon Dillon with a full head of steam. Drops his shoulder. Flag flies. And if this is on Princeton, this is going to be really unfortunate.
Come on, guys.
You see the leadership of Jimmy Bowling in there.
Yeah.
Landon Dillon kind of got roughed up after the play. Capital player kind of hung around on top of him for a little too long.
Right. Obviously, you know, I admire, you know, the offensive lineman standing up for standing up for your teammates. But you also, you got to remember too, at the same time, you don't want to risk yourself getting into a sports-like situation, end up getting kicked out, and not having to play the next week. But again, I do admire sticking up for your teammate. It's just one of those things that just got to be very cautious.
Holds on Wyatt Klein and costs the Tigers yardage here. To the 34. First and long here for Princeton. Clock continues to run. Defense earlier. How about the offense regular season last year? Average was 47 points per game. That's cooking.
Yeah, it is.
Landon Dillon gets wrapped up. He escapes. Dillon will lose a few yards here, but man, refusing to lose, still on his feet.
Yeah. Hey, while we're at it, I want to give a shout out to our golf team. They put up a heck of a performance a few days ago. They went up to Bridgehaven and played, and I think they ended up winning in their match against Woodrow Wilson, Oak Hill, and Nicholas County. And some of these guys, man, they had some pretty good shots, and I'm very jealous of. Like probably what they get, I probably get double the shots. Yeah, leading the way with Dylan Canterbury, 3 under. A high school kid shooting 3 under, man.
Unreal.
I'll tell you what, man, if you're a golf coach that's watching, that man needs a scholarship.
Yeah, Dylan, one of the best golfers in the state. Barker launches to the sideline, throws it out of bounds. Landon Dillon was there, trying to haul it in. Yeah, we saw the JV volleyball team won a try match against 2 opponents the other night. James and Run, I think Independence. The Tiger varsity team last weekend had a huge tournament there at Princeton, hosted it, and able to get 4 seed in the tournament. And I'm telling you right now, keep your eye on this volleyball team because they're under first-year head coach Brittany Muncie, and they're going to do great things. I've seen a lot of good stuff out of that squad so far, and the lady from James Rowe I was talking to, she said, man, your team looks better than what your team looked at the end of the season last year already in just the first match of the year. Barker airs it out. There's Howard running. Howard nearly had it, but he couldn't hang on to it. It looks like he is cramping up there on the sideline. Anytime you do that long sprint out like that, you are susceptible to the almighty leg cramp.
Yeah, theme of the night. Penalties earlier in the game. Now it's going to end in cramps. What a good ball right there. I mean, it was right there in Marby's hands, but just was not able to pull that one in.
Marby continues to impress with his athletic ability.
Yeah. Hey, also going with other teams as well. How about boys soccer?
Yeah,
they got
Burgess and Lance Pritchard are tearing it up.
Yeah, Eric Burgess, my guy right there. Hey, they got the win over Bluefield this past week as well.
Big win too, like 7-0.
Yeah, 7-0 is what I gathered. I'll tell you what, yeah, Burgess said, young team right there, but once they get clicking on all cylinders, this is going to be a very good soccer team. So shout out to our boys soccer team.
They're back in action this coming weekend, Saturday on the road. Tigers take a timeout, so will we. Back after this with 4:16 to play, 41-6 your score, Princeton Tigers. You're watching Tiger TV from JR1-Sports.